America's airports are in crisis, how U.S. international travel collapsed. Over the next 3 weeks, we're going to take a deep dive into events shaking the very foundations of our country, threatening jobs, businesses, and the way we define prosperity. What's happening in America's airports right now is more than a slowdown. It's a crisis that could reshape global travel and commerce. Consider this. The United States is projected to lose $12.5 billion in international tourism this year alone. That's not a typo. Every month, every delayed flight, every canceled route costs our economy billions. Traveler spending has already fallen by over 22% compared to last year, and honestly, it's only getting worse. Walk into airports like JFK or LAX, and the sight is shocking. Rows of empty seats, silent terminals, abandoned check-in counters. Once thriving hubs of international travel now look like ghost towns. From 2023 to 2025, international traffic has plunged between 60% and 80% in major U.S. airports. Immigration lines that used to bustle with travelers are empty. Departure halls that once echoed with announcements now echo only with silence. Meanwhile, overseas new aviation hubs are rising. Cities across Asia, Europe, and the Middle East are investing heavily in infrastructure, and airlines like Emirates, Singapore Airlines, and Lufthansa are shifting flights away from U.S. soil. The result, America is losing its status as the world's premier gateway. So the question becomes, how did the nation that once dominated global aviation fall so quickly, and can it regain its position? To understand, we need to look airport by airport. East Coast decline. JFK International Airport, New York. JFK International Airport, once considered the crown jewel of American aviation, now represents decline. International arrivals have dropped by a staggering 78%, marking one of the steepest declines in U.S. history. Airlines like Emirates have slashed almost 60% of their flights to New York, and British Airways has quietly discontinued multiple London routes. Cargo giants such as FedEx and DHL are moving operations elsewhere, leaving JFK marginalized in global logistics. Walk through the terminal today, and the emptiness is undeniable. Check-in counters are deserted, security lines have vanished, immigration booths are unstaffed. What was once a vibrant hub connecting New York to the world now feels frozen in time. The heart of transatlantic travel has grown quiet. This decline has ripple effects. Local hotels that depended on international travelers are seeing occupancy rates drop below 50%. Restaurants near terminals that once thrived on incoming passengers now face closure. Businesses in the surrounding area that catered to international clientele are struggling to survive. The decline of JFK is not just an airport problem, it's a citywide economic challenge. West Coast woes Los Angeles International Airport, LAX. Halfway across the country, LAX is facing a similar story. Once a global gateway fueled by Hollywood glamour and business travel, LAX has seen international traffic fall by 71%. Most of this decline comes from Asia, where travelers are increasingly bypassing U.S. cities for more reliable connections through Vancouver, Tokyo, and Seoul. Cargo carriers are also abandoning the airport in favor of ports that guarantee timely delivery across the Pacific. Luxury hotels on Sunset Boulevard report occupancy rates below 40%. Airlines and cruise operators alike are recalibrating their routes, diverting traffic away from Los Angeles. LAX, once a symbol of American soft power and culture, is now struggling to maintain credibility both in travel and commerce. The impact on local workers cannot be overstated. Airline staff, baggage handlers, ground crew, and service employees are facing layoffs or reduced hours. Airport-adjacent businesses, from taxi drivers to food vendors, are seeing their income shrink. In Los Angeles, the glamour of the silver screen has always masked economic realities, but the decline in international travel is, honestly, impossible to hide. Regional impact. Portland International Airport. Even smaller, regional airports are not spared. Portland International Airport, which is known for its eco-friendly image and international connectivity, now sits half-empty. International arrivals are down 73%, and many gates have closed permanently. Lufthansa, British Airways, and Scandinavian Airlines are rerouting flights through Vancouver instead. Traveler inquiries have fallen by 81% as visitors increasingly question the safety, reliability, and convenience of U.S. airports. Cargo traffic is moving through Seattle and Vancouver, turning Portland from a regional star into, well, a minor footnote in international aviation. Local tourism operators, hotel chains, and restaurants are struggling to stay afloat. Portland's once proud image as a progressive, internationally connected city is fading fast. Newark Liberty International Airport. Newark, once seen as a convenient alternative to JFK for travelers to New York, is spiraling into chaos. Passenger numbers are down 68%, with Emirates reducing flights by half, and Virgin Atlantic and Swiss Airlines pulling out entirely. Travelers now face long, bureaucratic waits at security lines and immigration, which really erodes confidence in the airport's efficiency. Newark, which used to be part of America's competitive aviation network, now lags behind international hubs such as Dubai, Singapore, and even Toronto. Businesses near the airport report declining revenue as international travelers decline. The cascading effect is significant. Airlines and logistics firms are choosing reliability over tradition. Newark's decline illustrates how even historically strong airports can fall when the infrastructure, safety, and service expectations of travelers are not met. Miami International Airport. Miami International Airport, the historic gateway between Latin America and the United States, has also been hit hard. Passenger arrivals from Brazil, Argentina, and Colombia have dropped by 64%. Long visa processing times, sometimes stretching beyond 6 months, have effectively closed the doors to millions of potential visitors. Airlines such as LATAM have cut routes, redirecting travelers through alternative hubs like Bogotá, Sao Paulo, or Madrid. Luxury hotels are reporting occupancy rates below 40%, which is just devastating for a city that once thrived as the capital of the Americas. Miami's economy, which depends heavily on tourism and international business, is really feeling the strain. The consequences extend beyond hospitality. Local tour operators, convention centers, and service industries reliant on international arrivals face declining revenues. The ripple effect is honestly reshaping Miami's identity as a major global connector. Boston Logan Airport. Boston Logan, known for its academic, cultural, and medical institutions, has also suffered. International arrivals from countries like the United Kingdom, Germany, and Canada have fallen by 59%. Delays in student visas are pushing young talent toward Canada, the United Kingdom, or Europe. Airlines such as Aer Lingus and Air France have cut key routes, severing historic connections. Local hotels, restaurants, and cultural venues are struggling. Boston, once a hub of innovation and global learning, is seeing its reputation diminish as students, researchers, and tourists choose more accessible international gateways. This shift highlights a broader trend. America's inability to process visitors efficiently is not just a travel inconvenience, it is actively redirecting human capital and economic activity to other countries. Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. Seattle, another Pacific gateway, has seen international traffic collapse from Asia by 69% and from Europe by 54%. Airlines such as All Nippon Airways and British Airways have cut routes, weakening the city's role as a technology and commerce hub. Downtown hotels are hovering around 45% occupancy, and major conventions are moving to Vancouver or San Francisco. Boeing's production delays and controversies have further undermined confidence in Seattle's aviation and logistics ecosystem. For a city that has long thrived on trade and technology, this drop in international connectivity is, honestly, pretty alarming. The combination of reduced passenger traffic, airline rerouting, and cargo reallocation signals a shift in global power. International travelers and freight are moving to hubs that are reliable, efficient, and welcoming. Across the United States, a pattern emerges. Airports that were once icons of American global reach are now struggling to maintain even minimal levels of international traffic. Meanwhile, rivals and neighbors are taking advantage. Vancouver and Toronto are rapidly becoming North America's primary gateways, capturing traffic that once flowed through New York, Los Angeles, and Miami. Globally, Doha, Dubai, Singapore, and Istanbul now dominate aviation. They are attracting passengers, trust, and prestige that U.S. airports once commanded. Airlines are prioritizing these hubs for efficiency and reliability, leaving America to play catch-up. The consequences are not only economic but also symbolic. When the gateways of a superpower become empty, it reflects an erosion of influence. International travelers notice inefficiency, visa delays, and declining service. Businesses reconsider investments. Cities that once thrived on international connections face economic and cultural decline. The fall of these airports is a warning sign. It shows how quickly global leadership can be lost when infrastructure, policy, and trust are not maintained. America's aviation crisis is not just a transportation issue. It is a reflection of broader challenges in competitiveness, policy, and global standing. Empty terminals, abandoned gates, and declining flights are more than visual reminders. They are economic alarms. Each delayed flight, canceled route, or visa backlog translates into lost revenue, lost jobs, and lost influence. Rebuilding America's global aviation stature will require bold action, investment in infrastructure, faster visa processing, improved safety standards, and incentives for airlines to maintain U.S. routes. Without such measures, the decline will continue, and rivals will solidify their positions as the world's preferred travel hubs. America's airports are at a crossroads. Their future will define not just travel, but commerce, innovation, and the nation's place in the world. The question remains, can the United States rise from these ghost towns and reclaim its status as the premier destination for international travel? Thank you for watching. If this video resonated, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Every click helps shine a light on truths others won't tell you. Thank you for being with us and watching the video. Be sure to like, comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel.